Welcome back to my channel. I'm Caroline, the original Dragon Lady, as I'm sure you already know. Dragons and their roles. I often get asked this about what dragon have I got, who are my dragons, what do they want, and all that type of thing. So ultimately, dragons work in the same kind of way that our spirit guides do. That's how I understand that they work. So most people will have 4 dragons that make up their core team. This is a rule of thumb, as with everything with the dragons. Nothing's ever set in stone. And just when you think you've got a handle on it, they move all the bloody goalposts. But this seems to be sort of fairly set for the time being. So we all have our one dragon that never ever changes. And that's our guardian dragon. And they've been with you from your very, very first incarnation in whatever galaxy, universe, dimension, star system, whatever you want to call it. And they've been with you from that very first incarnation. And through each incarnation, you may or may not have been aware of them. Then we have our spirit guide, or a dragon guide. So our dragon guide works their work mainly is to do with this physical life that we have. I tend to think of a bit like working with Ganesha or Ganesh. So they're the obstacle removers of life, and they sort of, it all goes horribly wrong, and they pick you up, dust you off, and pick you up and set you going again. There are our dragon guides. I use them for getting car parking spaces, clearing the road in front of me, all that type of thing. They're very much to do with the physical world. Then we've got our dragon teachers. Now these guys are, particularly if you're on an extended learning journey and you are really upping your game on your spiritual path, then you'll have a dragon teacher. I think of them as spiritual teachers. So everything that I share with you guys, or 99.9% of everything I share with you guys, especially if it's dragon related, then that's 100%, is what the dragons have taught me. So I haven't gone on classes, I haven't gone on courses, I haven't read anything about dragons. Everything I give you and I share with you is what the dragons have taught me, shared with me, shown me, taken me through. So I have a really strong team of dragon teachers. So if you're on that spiritual journey, you'll have a dragon teacher, and that is about your spiritual evolution, your spiritual growth. And then we have our healing dragons. Now this can have a couple of different forms. It may be one and the same dragon. So if you're an energy healer or a healer of any type, you will have a dragon that will work with you and through you when you're doing healing. By the same token, you could also have a dragon that will help you with your own personal healing. And it may be the same dragon, it may be a different dragon. But that's how they work. So our guardian dragon I feel is really set. That doesn't ever change, because they've been with you forever and ever and ever. The other 3 are all changeable. So as you learn something, or you experience something, or you go through something, when you've completed that cycle, there is a chance that your dragons will change. Now, my guys have been with me and they haven't changed at all, but my guys have been with me for the last 20 odd years and they haven't changed. They've sort of grown with me, but they can change. So as you complete a cycle of something, of learning, then another dragon will come in, and that's absolutely fine. Your healing dragons can change, your teacher will change, potentially, as will your guide. Now, the other thing that happens, and I've experienced this is that my teacher and my guide was one and the same dragon. And this is where dragons differ from angels and spirit guides and everything else. Because the one dragon was my guide and my teacher. And only a few years ago, they actually then became, they then sort of became two different dragons, if you like. So I have one that is much more to do with my day-to-day life and physical reality, and then the one that's my big teacher. So that's a little bit on dragons and their roles, and you know, your own personal team. So these guys are your team. You may be aware of other dragons that have messages for you, or maybe they've come into your awareness for a reason. But to actually have more than a core team of 4 would be quite mind-blowing. So if you've got more than 4, then ask them what they want. What's their job for you? Why have they contacted you? What do you want them to do? So ask them, you know, why are they there? Because to be fair, you can't really work with more than 4 dragons at once. If you've got a large number, you've very likely got a job to do. So ask them what that job is and how they wish you to proceed with that job. I'd like to know how many dragons you've got and what they want you to do. And you know, if you've got more than your core team, I'd love to know, because having had 48 to work with all in one go when I first started was a bit mind-blowing. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. See you soon. Big love. Bye.